You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hey guys, we're back. One of the things I wanted to show you, I've talked to you about synthetic hair. Okay, I was hoping that I could show you a finished look for a ponytail spiral wrap. This is the type of wrap that's best done on hair that's this long. Excuse me. Unless, of course, somebody wants it all the way to the scalp, then you would do a stack wrap. Well, thank you very much for falling off. But this has been sitting all night. This is what synthetic hair does. Nothing. So the only thing that you can use is synthetic haired mannequin. They're less expensive, but don't be drawn to it if you really want to learn. You can use them for braiding, only certain updos. You have to put a lot of product on them. In other words, a lot of spray, a lot of gel, because then that is what does the work. I wanted to see what it would do, and I want to show you. We just took off a large rod, and it did nothing. If you're doing this on human hair, it would have curled right up. So I will be doing it again on human hair, but I wanted to show you how to do a spiral wrap on a ponytail. The ponytails, when you do this, I almost forgot. I got this up here because I keep forgetting to tell you guys. Sorry, I want to do this, be done with it. If you guys are really interested in the book, you go to West Bow Press, all right? I don't know if it's .com or whatever, but it's West Bow Press. Just look it up. The book it's already being published. It's already being printed and stuff, so you can order ahead if you want. They also have it on an ebook. I'll make it easy for you if you want to read it. But in a few minutes, we're going to be doing color, and I'm going to be using a lot of terms that I teach with color. As detailed as I am with hair cutting, and hopefully with other things that I tried to teach you, I'm that detailed in color that you can reach a point where it's like you just do it because now what? You know it. Remember, product companies, they want you to have tunnel vision only on their product. Don't let anybody direct your path. Know your stuff. It's important that you know your stuff. That's how you become successful in this industry. That's when people come to you and say, can you help me with this? So, I mean, in teaching my students color, I've had students come back, swear to you, I'm not crossing my fingers for that, but no, swear to you, sorry, that a student came back to me one time, and she was so proud of herself, and she said, ma'am, I helped a woman that had been doing hair for 20 years correct a color today. So you're going to do what you're taught, but it's very detailed in the color, and it's not that difficult. It's a standard, it never changes, it's the same, but what it comes down to is what do you know about it? So anyways, West Bow Press, and the name of it is, the name of the book, Trust Your PhD Hairstylist. That's not piled high and deep either, by the way. I've had people throw that at me. It is professional hair designer. As a licensed professional, you become a PhD. Some of you are doing it without the license, but you know, it happens. But anyways, professional hair designer, PhD. Trust your PhD stylist. So anyways, wanted to make sure to let you know, because I keep forgetting, I'm involved in teaching, and this isn't about me, this isn't about trying to impress you, this is about you getting information. So there you go, you got it. I hope you got it. So anyways, it was kind of annoying to do this. You don't want to do one of these, you might, with the blue rod. The perm rods come in different colors. The different colors dictate the size of the rod, all right? We've got our peach rods. There's actually some brown rods that are, about this big around. There's not much you're going to get out of that other than maybe a style or something. But you're going to get some decent curl out of these. What's nice about this ponytail wrap is when you take it down, you can't tell that it was done on ponytails. It looks like it was done all over. Now a spiral wrap, it is spiraled on, But you can see that purple rod was on there all night and it did nothing. Now, I want you to see that the smallest rod, so anyways, you have purple, you have white, you have gray, and they go smaller in color. And then you have pink, and then you have the blue rods. The yellow rods, we call them toothpicks. Okay, those are very, very skinny rods, and I thought there's no reason to go beyond a pink rod on this. I'm going to show you how to wrap it. That's why I left this open. I was hoping that this would show curl, but look at, that's the largest one. It did nothing. And this is synthetic hair. Remember, this is plastic hair. This is not real hair. They said that it was human hair, and then when I got it, it said it's only 30% human hair. So it was nothing, and even the 30% did nothing. So here on top, I've got a pink one. The way you take these out, by the way, you hold on to the tang or the band. If you don't hold on to it, it's going to get clogged up in the hair. So you're going to take that in your hand, and then you're just going to unwind it. But I want you to see that it still does nothing. With the synthetic hair, the only thing you can practice pretty much is braiding, successful braiding. Another thing, when you take the band off, these are habits, okay? These are professional habits, and I can't tell you, I've worked in salons where I find a shampoo bowl full of end papers still wrapped on the rod. All you do is increase work for yourself. You're taking them out, separate it. It doesn't take anything to do that. I'll do one more to show you. I'll do it on one of these bigger ones. But see, I mean, it did nothing. I'm very annoyed with it because it really should have just spiraled up. I will be doing it on one of my long-haired mannequins, but the reason I wanted to show you on this is because this is really long hair, and look at how thin these are. They're not thick. I'm going to give you a lot of whys on this. Okay, so let's take that off, secure that, and nope, nothing. Okay, as soon as I take it off, immediately before I put my rod down, I separate it.
Can you raise the mannequin up a little?
Sure. Okay, you want me to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it one more time. Let me move this thing up a bit. Oops.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Good.
Okay. Let me lock it so it doesn't go down on us. And always have a trash can close by that you can throw that away. Okay, so I'm going to take one of the small ones out. Can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Because this is up on top. Immediately, okay, watch what happens when I don't gather the band. See, the band is stuck in there. So you need to gather the band or it's going to lock itself up in there. Twist it around like this, and I'm going to show you what that end paper was about because there was another one in there, but there's nothing. I mean, it was almost a waste of my time to do this. So before I put the rod down, I separate it. And once I get my hand full, I mean, I go on to the next one. I don't keep throwing them. I go on to the next one, go on to the next one. When you take this apart, always start at the bottom. Because if you start at the top, you're going to have to be moving hair out of the way. So those little key factors, and I've seen people start at the top and then they wonder why that's happening. You start at the bottom, all right? But I want to show you how to do this perm wrap. So I am going to bring the mannequin down a bit. You know what it looks like. You know where I'm going to be at. Because I'm going to be holding, you're going to see my arms go up. All right, and there's some of this hair that you're not going to see, and I may just bring it out. You know what, I'm going to bring it out in this form for you to see what I'm doing. So first of all, you want to pull that rubber band as close as you can to the scalp. Now here's the question for you. On this perm wrap, where is that curl going to be closest to the scalp? Think about it. This is part of the geometry in learning this. This is part of the architecture in learning what we're doing for results. Okay, those of you that said right at the center of that rubber band, do you see where all these little hairs, I'm pulling them out separately. Some of them are going to be in the center. So the thing that's amazing, when you take this down, you cannot tell that it's been in ponytails. It didn't let me prove it with this. I will be doing it, like I said, on one of my human hair mannequins. I may just be giving this to one of my students as a gift or somebody. I don't know. I'm just annoyed with it that it didn't do anything. So Don't, if you really want to learn, and you can't color them because they don't do anything. You can't use a flat iron on it because it'll burn them. It is plastic. So there's not a whole lot you can do. You can't, about all you can do is cut them. That's about it. And pretty much straight cuts, you know, a bob haircut, A-line haircut maybe, but that's it. Even if you do like a uniform layer, it's not going to stand up or pop out without a bunch of product. And my preference is to have it look as natural as possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and wet it down. And first of all, I want to show you something else. Where did I put them? Are they under here? Oh, darn it. Maybe they're right here. Okay, on your end papers, you're going to get them out of a box like this, and these are called end papers. You're going to take it, and I've seen people try and do this. Well, it doesn't work. All right, it's real hard to separate them when you're doing it, when you're wrapping a perm. Some people take them and they fold the corner over, and yeah, does that separate it? Yes. Okay, best way to do this is take your comb, press hard. See, I'm bending it. Press hard. And turn in place. Turn, turn. And you can see that that has totally separated them. So you want to press hard, turn in place. All right? Then you set them down and then you can reach for them when you need them. So I've got those down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wet this more because it's easier to handle even though it is just synthetic hair. So I'm going to go ahead and wet it. And there's certain things that you're going to do. You want to keep these really thin. This is especially on really, really long hair. And if you have thick hair, now where did I place this? I placed this at the frontal fringe. I had separated out the parietal line. I put two along the parietal line, kind of a triangular shape. Can you see that? That's a triangular shape. I then took it at the flat part of the head, right there where it curves over, and I did that section there on the flat part of the head. Okay, so then I came from tip of the ear, created a line across, did this one, and then the one at the nape here. So like this, you've separated it. Now here's a question. Should we have done one at the crown? That comes back with results. What did you get as a result? We know this hair is going to fall over, but should we have done one at the crown? And that's where you learn. Once you've given this perm wrap, that's where you learn, okay, for me, this is where it works, because what happens right here at the vertex? Yes, the cowlicks. So they're going to move one way or the other, aren't they? So might be a thought to do one specifically, take that center crown, and even though you can still put a couple on each side, section off the crown a bit. Just a suggestion for you, because of the vertex. But I am going to be doing it again, and I'll do it exactly the same way on a real haired mannequin. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take just a small section. You see that small section that I'm taking? Okay, I hope you can get it all on the camera. Now, I will say one thing. I have seen people take one and fold it in half. That's not wrong. That's okay to do that. However, the perm rods, especially like I'm going to show you the pink one, they've got these tiny little bumps on them. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but they've got little attachment bumps. We're going to be using a peach one. They're all over here. So if you have placed half size one, some of that hair is going to attach itself to this area. Makes it hard to pull off. This is why I suggest when you do this to go ahead and do the double flap. Now another thing you're going to do, if you have layers, and I'll do one with layers, I'll do one without, there's solutions for both, but no reason, you do what is going to work for you. So this one, I'm doing it without that little clue. Can you see this all right, cameraman?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take it, I'm going to place it right here on top. You notice I'm not holding the hair like that. It's held with what's called tension. I want to attach that end. Oh, by the way, all the hair needs to be inside. No hair outside, the end of it. And I want to attach it. This is a little awkward for me, so I'm going to stand up. Okay, attach it. Now, see? It's attached, it's moving the mannequin. But look at the way I'm wrapping it. I'm spiraling it. So I'm going to put my arm up. Now, do you see that hair coming out? That's what happens when you have layered hair. You can put another end paper and you wrap it around it so that hair lays flat onto it. Now, there is a solution for that. When you come into the rubber band or the band, you want to get that rod as close as you can to it. And this is the back, all right? I wrapped into this. I'm going to take the band and then I'm going to push it back into that circle. If I don't, if it ends up that you put the band in front of it, what's going to happen is this. You're going to have that much uncurled. And it's also going to dangle. So you don't want it to dangle down. You want it nice and secure in there. Now, some of the perm rods have little notches right there. And sometimes the band will get stuck in there. Okay, now I'm going to show you, again, another one. Same amount of hair. This time, however, I'm going to twist it, twist it, twist it, twist, twist, twist it. Just give it that twist all the way down. When you're standing in front of it, you can do it a lot faster. Just twist it all the way down. All right? I'm going to use my double flap. And you could see where now the double flap, let me get peach rod here. There you go, I have them underneath this thing. Okay, you can see where it's going to cover all of it. So therefore that hair is not going to get attached. Again, hold it taut, make sure that it's secure. Oh, come on, attach, attach, attach. Don't slip out on me. It's trying to slip out on me. Okay, let me do it again because I'm doing this in an awkward position. You know what, I'm going to move this over a bit. There you go. Okay, so twist it, twist, 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 twist. And people say, well, why are you twisting it? And that's because I don't want those little ends to come out. By the way, if you have a bunch of dead ends in your hair, there's another secret. You push this back and all those little shorter hairs will come out and you go along with it. Not this way, along with it with your shear, and it will get rid of 90% of those split ends that are sticking out. I used to have a client that used to come to me that had hair, her hair was down to her hips. And she would come to me specifically for that. We never cut length off. We would only cut those little dead ends. Okay, take that off. All right, now, and again, secure the band. If you have the band flopping around, it's going to drive you nuts. So let me put this in there. I want to secure it, holding it taut. If you don't hold it taut, you can't see it. Okay, now it's on there. And I'm going to spiral. See how I don't have that problem now with those little hairs coming out? So twisting it is the key, and get them as close as you can. Now always check your perm, your ponytail. Don't move those over. You want to try and keep that ponytail in the center. After a while, you don't have a choice. After a while, you just kind of take it out wherever. But from the beginning, you want to get those as close as you can. Now, you can see how many were done here, and we'll have as many in this section. So once it's finished, then I would just do another one. Again, how many can we get on there? This is just the frontal fringe. It's not bigger than the flat part of the head, but you can see that it's taking several. And then again, I would twist, 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 and then apply. All right, so that's the way that you're going to do this spiral wrap. You're going to start on this. You would start at the top because you've got those hairs coming down, don't you? Unless you want to move them out of the way, but you would start at the top. You've already got these organized into ponytails. When you take it down, you start at the bottom. All right, so it's a nice wrap, and it really, I will be doing another one. That's our next video. I'll be doing it this afternoon, and it's going to say redone spiral wrap or ponytail spiral, whatever. Just look it up, okay? We'll come up with a name for it, but Wanted to make sure and show you this. This was going to be labeled Ponytail and Toner because I want to be putting a toner on. I was watching my videos the other day and I realized I never showed them that. So I wanted to make sure and show you this. So let me put this mannequin down, and I had promised you on this other video that I was going to tone this one. This was our Cap Frost, and I never showed you. This was done every hole. This was done every other hole, and this was done every other hole, just a few rows. What do you want? So what I want to do is we talk about color. Let me erase this here. And Westbow Press, trust your PhD stylist. I will admit, by the way, I have found a few little misspellings. There's just one part that it says, it's supposed to say window. It was one of the first chapters, and I put down, I can't tell you how often I recheck that. It says widow twice, but it means window, all right? So I know some of you are going to come back and say, oh, you have a misspelling. I know. You're preaching to the choir. I know, but after, it's my first book. Come on, give me a break. And after a while, you see it so much, and I have seen this. I started writing these books, these areas of learning. I told you, I still haven't finished my hair color dictionary because it identifies every level and what happens when you mix. And finding the time, but it's very detailed on the stories that you read, and it's the last chapter is what I'm going to talk about right now. So, and much more. So we have what you would call definitely visualize this color. I see some yellow lines and I see some yellow gold and gold lines in there. So if I don't know what makes those colors, how am I going to know how to change it so that it becomes? Now people say go to the color wheel, go across the color wheel. This color cancels the other color. Well, what does the word cancel feed into your brain? Gets rid of it, right? But does it give you a result? No, it does not give you a result. What is neutralize? Well, neutralize reminds me of, and I'm older, spaceships years ago, they used to neutralize people. In other words, they killed them. So do you want to kill that hair? No. You want to create. How do you create a result? That's how I teach my students. We create a result. So what I'm going to do with this right now, I'm trying to move this stuff over. I'm going to brush it down a bit. And by the way, when you have tangles, you never start from the top and come down. You always start from the bottom and travel up. They come out so much easier, and you're not hurting and making people scream. So I'm just going to part it down the center there, but I am going to do it in about 4 sections. The color let's talk about this a little bit. Okay, so we see, what do we see? And again, you need to know color, what creates results, but you also need to know product. And there's a multitude of products, and like I said, the products want you to have a tunnel vision on their product, not because they just, it's marketing, it's sales. Everybody wants their product to sell, but not all products are defined exactly alike. For instance, Redken product. I love Redken. I taught for Redken. It's a great color line, but it's got more blue in it. Same thing with Wella. Wella does the same thing. But yet they come up with other varieties within their lines. There's Lanza color, there's Joico color, there's Clairol. And people come back and say, I've been asked already twice within the week, what's the difference between box color and professional color? There is no difference. If there was a difference, then why in the past were we able to color our hair with Kool-Aid? Color is color. It's going to do what it's going to do. You can spill Kool-Aid on a white carpet and it's stained because that's the personality character. So go back and look for my video on description of color. And if you want more on that, please tell me. I'll give you more. Possibly come up with some samples. If you know of anybody, if you cut your daughter's hair, practice on their hair and look at it. We can cover that. But what I want to do, cameraman, how much time do we have?
6 minutes, but if you come to a stopping point, Stop for a second. All I do is turn it off, turn it back on, starts the clock.
Okay, so anyways, what I'm gonna do, I showed you the spiral wrap, and I spent a lot of time with that. What I want to talk to you about in this is that we're going to tone it. So if we know for a fact this is gold, shades of, how do we make white? With the number ones, and there's a specific reason for that, because it's in the lightest form on the client. On the, it's not the product, it's the client, and that's the resistance level. It's the weakest. So that's how we make white. The lightest blue, the lightest red, the lightest yellow. How do we make brown? This is gold, all right? Yellow gold. Okay, so yellow. Let me do this. Gold. How do we make gold? Red plus yellow. So what have we got here? Yellow gold. Start writing down your formulas. Write down what you've got. Write down where you are. Know where you're at to know where you're going. So if we have yellow gold here, how do we take this yellow gold and make it as light a white or a platinum as we can, which is, that's what we're going to try to do here with the color that we're going to use. So gold, in order to make that white, what's missing? Yellow and red, right? What's missing? Blue. So blue plus gold is going to create the lightest shade. How then do we get, we have yellow, we have blue. So knowing the different shades, this is this in the formula, in different amounts, in different tones. That's where people get confused with color. But you've got to know, what's my phrase? Know where you're at to know where you're going. In order to change this, and we're going to be back to change it, all right? In order to change it, I have to use a violet-based color. Now I'm going to take this off. If you didn't write this down, I'm sorry. But you need to be writing it down when I put it on the board. For goodness sake, make sure you have a paper. Write it down. As I teach more color, you'll see the results. Now, keep in mind, this mannequin has been pre-colored. We have no idea what its natural color was. This mannequin, all of this hair has been color treated. It's been lightened or darkened or whatever. So wherever they got this hair, it was color treated to become what we call here a level lighter, between level 5 and 6 color, depending on the what? Tone of color. Yellow gold. Gold in yellow is the tone. Yeah, gold in yellow is the tone in that yellow. So, okay, so we're going to use a violet-based color. We're going to use a level 12. Now, that means that it has 12 levels of lift taken out within the product. I'm not going to show you the product because I'm not sure that I can promote product, but it is, let me see it, it's right here. This is Ultralight 12N. So level 12 is the lightest. It's got the least amount of pigment in it. But N is a neutral. What's neutral? Neither warm or cold, right? What is neutral? Neither warm or cold. What does red and blue make? Violet.
1 minute.
When we mix violet and yellow, the three primary colors again, it never goes beyond that. That's all there is. I will see you in a little bit.